Hi, this is Anita from Reluctant Low-Carb Life. Today I want to talk a little bit about what we call the Trifecta of Health, about the three things that we believe that everyone can do to live a more healthy life. And for us, the Trifecta of Health is about eating fresh foods, choosing foods that promote satiety or help you feel full longer, and staying physically active. I want to talk about each of those and why we believe these are the three pillars for a healthy life. There's a lot of fad diets out there. There's a lot of people talk about many, fad things, or you should eat this way or that way. We've all kind of, gone through them where, you shouldn't eat fat, or now you should eat fat. Oh, you shouldn't eat carbs. Now, you can't eat carbs. Or now it's like, in order to lose weight, you need to take a shot. What we believe that there are three pillars that we can live a more healthy life. Pillar one is about fresh foods. One of the most significant issues in modern nutrition is the overconsumption of processed foods. We live in a time where foods are ultra-processed. When you go to a grocery store today and you walk in the aisles of the grocery stores, most of those foods in there, in fact, almost all of them, are processed in some way. Many of them are what is known as ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods essentially means that the food has more chemicals than actual or real food. When you shop around the outer side of the grocery stores, which would have the fruits, the vegetables, the meats, a lot of the dairy and other things like that would be more or less the foods that are not ultra-processed. As a thing of warning here, like if you get Greek yogurt that's plain, that is not ultra-processed. But if you get a yogurt which has flavoring in it and lots of chemicals, then that makes the yogurt ultra-processed foods. This is what really makes it very difficult, is so much of the foods that people are eating are ultra-processed foods. In fact, there's been some studies that have said in some places of the Western world, as the United States or UK or even Australia, some of the children are getting 60 to 70% of their calories or even more from ultra-processed foods. So we are great advocates of eating fresh, the way maybe your grandmother ate, your great-grandmother ate, eating fresh foods. Fresh foods, there's a lot of reasons why. They have a nutrient density, meaning that they are more nutrients, more bang, I guess you think, more bang for the bite. They have more nutrients in them. Better digestion. Our body wasn't really set up to eat all this ultra-processed food. Our body was set up to eat whole foods, real foods. Stronger immunity. They'll give you things as vitamin C, zinc, and other things to help boost your immune system. They can help stabilize your blood sugar levels. And reduction of inflammation. The whole natural foods can help you combat inflammation, reducing the risk of any types of chronic disease. So what does it look like to eat, fresh? Well, it means, vegetables, leafy green vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, even root vegetables, peppers, berries, apples, citrus fruits, and seasonal produce. Grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken, wild-caught fish, eggs, and plant-based protein source like legumes and other types of beans. Healthy fats, avocados fat, coconut oil, olive oil, nut seeds, and fatty fish, even like fish like salmon. Whole grains, if you're able to tolerate this, would brown rice, oats, and these type of things in moderation. So really it's about eating healthy foods. And all these foods we're talking about pretty much have a good what's known as satiety or fullness benefit to it. So why does satiety matter? Satiety is that feeling of being full and satisfied after eating. If you've ever eaten a meal that was rich with carbohydrates and maybe was sort of an ultra-processed meal and then, I'm so full. And then an hour or two later, you're like, I am so hungry. That's because you did not eat a meal that had satiety or made you feel full. So some of the foods that have the highest satiety would be protein does. Protein helps you repair tissues, balances blood sugar, and keeps you full longer. Healthy fats can help you with brain functions and support hormone imbalances and keep hunger at bay. We in today's world become so afraid of fat or fatty foods, but the truth is some fats can actually be very good for us. Fiber, if we eat foods that have fiber, it has a slow digestion, promotes gut health. Some of the foods that have high satiety, is eggs, lean meats, fish, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, that type of thing, have high satiety. Other healthy fats could be avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, and some fatty fish like a salmon, tuna fish. Some high fiber foods could be could be leafy greens. Things that have chia seeds in them, flax seeds, beans, lentils, whole vegetables. So, these are the foods that if you can concentrate on eating more of these foods, you will feel full longer and you won't be so hungry after eating. The last pillar is fitness, moving. And we're great believers that any exercise you do or you enjoy is the exercise that you should do. There is no right or wrong exercise. Anything that you love to do is something you should do. For example, I used to bike a lot. I got in some cycling accidents, so I'm a little more nervous on the roads, especially as I live in Hanoi, Vietnam, so I'm more nervous on the roads here where the traffic can be bad. So recently I found a pool, which is near my house, and I've taken up a lot of swimming. I enjoy swimming. It's something I do at least 3 or 4 times a week. It's a great exercise for me to get in the water and to just swim. And when I swim, I don't stop. I just keep swimming. And I use programs, which I've talked about here on this podcast, like my Swim Pro, which gives me a program. I do different types of training. I enjoy that. That keeps me going there. And so any exercise, which is a good exercise, is the one that you should do. There's many benefits for regular movement. There's weight management. You'll get stronger muscles and bones, better heart health, your mental health. You'll just feel better. The days that I exercise, I know I just feel better. I feel better about the day. I get more things accomplished. I feel like I can conquer more, accomplish more. I just get more things done. I don't feel as lazy as I normally would. And I'm not as tired. The days that I don't exercise, a lot of those days, I'm just like wiped out. I'm tired. And it can actually give you more mobility. It can keep your joints flexible, reduce stiffness and pain. So it's all about finding an exercise you enjoy. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they force themselves to do exercises they hate. The key in consistency is finding an activity you enjoy. Or if you don't enjoy it and you know you need to do it, like some strength training, then keep doing it until you enjoy it. Because the longer you keep doing it, the more that you'll begin to enjoy it, and the more you'll say, yeah, this maybe isn't really so bad. I feel the way a lot about boot camp. I go to boot camp about twice a week, and I have to say the first time I did it, I thought I was going to die. I thought, I haven't done push-ups in so long, or these mountain climbers, or these planks, or these other things. The more I keep going, and even though one of the boot camps is 5:30 a.m., which is hard for me, it's early morning, it gets me out there, and the more I do it, the better I'm becoming, the more I'm enjoying it. I can't say yet that I absolutely love it, but I'm starting to enjoy it. And that's the way it is, that when you start doing exercises like this, it helps you to be able to eventually you will start getting better at it and will hopefully enjoy it more. There's an 80-20 approach to fitness. You don't need to spend hours in the gym to be healthy. Instead, follow the 80-20 rule, which means focus on small, consistent efforts that add up over time. Even 30 minutes of daily movement can make a huge difference. Focus on small, consistent efforts to be able to move. And if you do that, then you will find yourself in better overall health. So our trifecta of health is basically start your day right. We believe start your day right with a protein-rich breakfast, with some exercise, move daily, even 30 minutes brisk walk or light workout counts. Eat for satiety, eat foods that will help you feel full longer. Ditch processed foods. stay hydrated, drink water throughout the day, and get quality sleep. And that's what we really believe here at Reluctant Low-Carb Life. I've written a blog post on this, which is entitled The Trifecta of Health, Fresh Food, Satiety, and Fitness Explained. We're going to put a link in the description so that you'll be able to, if you'd like to be able to read more on it, follow on it, get more ideas, you can be able to do that. We thank you so much for listening to us. We hope that if you're not yet a member, that you'll press subscribe, join our community, and come along with us on this journey of better health through the Trifecta of Health, which is freshness, fullness, and fitness. Thank you.